right, introduce
My name is
Danzo.
Lily, and this is Danzo of the
All right.
Dans.
Now, talk, Zo.
7 Sages!
Winning in Toronto was the greatest, most fun, exciting time I ever had. And one of the things that really got me going about Toronto was I knew right away, the first day of the tournament, we got there and we had a great time and partied all night, and that was good fun. We get to our first game and we're kind of short-handed. We don't have Sauce. Dan Doyle hadn't arrived yet. I don't think Laird was there yet. So we're a little short-handed in the first game. And the field is wet, and in the back corner of the end zone, there's this big puddle that extends part of it in the end zone, but a lot of it goes out of the end zone. And I'm warming up with Iron Man, and we're having a great time just getting psyched for the tournament. And Iron Man throws me some pass, throw a pass. All right, and then there's a picture at Worlds that's in everyone's scrapbook of me coming off the field with like mud all up and down my side. I just caught a goal in that back corner of the end zone, doing a full layout horizontal extension, caught the goal, all excited, walk off the field, Murph's putting in the guys. And what I remember about that puddle is, of course, right after Iron and I were warming up, Iron had to take a leak, and he took a leak in the puddle. And then, of course, he throws me the goal, which I have to lay out for, in the puddle, which I did. And I'm walking off the field, and you should look at that picture, you all have it in your book, of me walking off with the mud, and I've just dove in, caught a goal in Iron's... I'm over here. Yeah, Iron's piss. But that was one part of Mars. But another thing I remember, I'm sorry, not Mars, of Toronto. Another thing I remember about Toronto is I knew we were going to win when we played New York Masters. When we played the New York Masters, the first thing we did, we lose the flip, and we have to play defense. So Murph puts in, the usual suspects, I guess. Rich Lee, I love Rich Lee. Puts in Rich Lee, and we're gonna play defense. And we line up across our guys, and I look down there, and they got some club players down there from the Open Division. I see Pat King. I'm gonna cover Pat King. I love Pat King. So we pull it down there, and the pull goes to Pat King, and I come running down, screaming full speed at him with the usual whatever's in my head, which is not much. And Pat King, the first thing he says is he walks up to the line to put the disc into play. Danzo, please don't hurt me. I have to play in the Open Division. I said, I knew right then and there, these guys aren't going to play. They're mailing it in. We got them where we want them. They think they're going to get hurt. We blew them out. That New York game was shamunda. So that was how I knew that Toronto was going to be a great tournament, and I really enjoyed that. But I wanted to just say a little bit about our teammates there, because this was a team of paradoxes. I mean, the whole of this team dwarfed the sum of its parts. We had players who were spectacularly skilled, but fatally flawed, like DeWeet, and you could just juxtapose him with like something like Iron Man that was indestructible. There was the quaint and quixotic Gak, and against the blunt force trauma of logic and rationality, Jelly. There we had our cerebral savant Sven, who could fathom Stephen Hawking's theories, but alas, could not understand the concept of the shoelace. And he is balanced by the real-world, no-nonsense manner of Mr. Biscuit himself, Dan Doyle. I mean, think about that. And the effervescent and effusive gushmaster Hank versus the dignified restraint of the legend Harvoir Edwards. Oh, Harvoir Edwards. Or of course, you had Laird or Sin. Take your pick there. But just think about that. Laird, Sin, and oh yeah, Larry, next time, I'm going to look before I eat what you give me.
Cake.
Especially if it's fungus. Modest and self-effacing, shy, and retiring guys like Sauce on our team. And then there was the uber extroverted, somebody shut him the fuck up chatterbox, Blob Yakota. And, guys who were like, it was like pouring gasoline on a fire with their style of play, combustible Rich Lee, and the very definition of cool, Frankie Morrow. And, you had our great duo of conspirational instigators and our professionals, Dr. Gill and Murph. Talk about the lamb lying down with the lion, or the sheep and the lion. Murph, you could be disbarred. for cultivating ties with a member of the AMA. You know that. Even if it was all in the name of furthering the boundaries of our research into alternative beveraging techniques and cardiovascular fitness. And in the interest of fairness and being hoist on my own petard, one would have to compare and contrast me with... Who would you compare and contrast me with? Bob De Bruin. Think about it. Bob, I know you always regarded me as one might view a circus sideshow freak. And this was exactly the effect I desired and cultivated. So good on you, mate. And you easy, Sven, easy. You complimented me, Bob. You compliment me by having regarded me exactly as I should have been. Dubiously, with skepticism, and a healthy wide berth for fearing that whatever is wrong with me might be communicable. So, good on you, Bob. You're a smart man. And wait, have I left out someone? Somehow? Whoever it was, it must not have been an integral part of the team, whoever it was.
Fed?
Didn't contribute much to the field on or off. In fact, was so totally forgettable that I've forgotten him. Wait a minute. Let me think. No, I missed him. Oh, that's right. That big, dumb, uncoordinated, skillless, Nimrod, knuckle-headed, sloth-legged, no forehand, turnover machine, useless and inappropriate in all social situations, the perpetual chairman of the LOBC and our MVP, Mr. Dick Speed. Oh! Hey, I love you guys. Even you, Henry.